This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon
21, go
Dixon.
in there and say, hey, let me go and grab that 40 over there. 40, y'all got switches in here? Y'all got 30s too? Matter of fact, I need a 50 shotgun with a switch on there. Y'all got that? Let me get that. Like, oh, okay, yeah. Welcome back to the Duffle LO to sit down. We got to talk about this really fast. So like I told you guys in the last video, I would change from a stand your ground, well, change from a retreat to stand your ground. So now let me explain to you, like I said, it's a fairly new statute. So in order for them to actually get the rule really meshed down to, hey, this is solid, this is what it is, more cases have to be involved for them to understand that. What also did Iowa change a few years after they came out with the statute? Let me show you right here. So like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below, check out the mercy papers, and watch the entire video, you guys. Look at this. This is what Iowa did. Let me show you. See, effective July 1st, 2021. So this haven't even been effective for a year. Iowa's new weapon permit law, HF 756. Google it, research it if you come to Iowa. Look at this. What does Iowa new weapon permit law, HF 756, mean for you? Governor Reynolds signed HF 756 into law on April 2nd, 2021. And it went into effect July 1st. Like that, the law removes the requirement for a permit to acquire or a permit to carry in order to purchase a handgun or carry a firearm in public places subject to certain limitations. So you don't need a permit to acquire a handgun, right? Iowans may still obtain a permit to acquire pistols and revolvers or non-professional permit to carry weapons by applying through the sheriff's office in their county of residence. So now, even though you don't need the permit, you can still go get the permit. So now let me explain to you the twist of this. If they want to see your permit and you don't have a permit, they ain't got to sell you no gun. But if they okay with selling you a gun, they ain't got to see your permit. You got to understand that. Beginning July 1st, 2021, a person in Iowa attempted to purchase a handgun through a federal firearms licensee without presenting a permit to acquire or a permit to carry will be required to undergo a check through the federal National Instant Criminal Background Check System for each purchase. So this is instant. They just, hey, that's your name. All right, nothing popped up, take your gun and you can go, right? But it gets a little deeper than that. Reasons why Iowans may still consider obtaining an Iowa permit to carry. Allows Iowans to carry in states with permit reciprocity while traveling. So you go to another state and it says, hey, we have reciprocity with Iowa, so you can carry your gun here, but under our laws, even though you got your Iowa permit. May prevent potential delays resulting from a delayed NICS check when purchasing from a FFL. So now you already got the permit. We ain't got to do no background check on you because you already got your background check to get this permit anyway. May clarify any questions an individual has regarding their eligibility to carry or possess firearms. You ain't got to worry about if you can or cannot, because if you got this permit, that means you good to go. But a lot of felons is literally going to be carrying firearms, knowing that that's a crime. Felons in possession of a firearm. You're not supposed to be in possession of a firearm. Guess what's so crazy though? I said back in one of my old videos, like 2014, 2015, I knew grown men with felons that had gun cards. They're not supposed to get, if you already got a felon, how you pass this background check? I'm gonna sneeze and say, I'll give Kingpins, you should go watch that. Confidential informant, excuse me. May prevent legal issues associated with a person coming within 1,000 feet of the grounds of a public, parochial, or private school without the state issued permit in violation of Gun Free Zones Act. So now if you don't got you got the gun, but you ain't got the permit, you may, it might prevent legal issues. If you got the permit, it may prevent legal issues if you come within. But if you ain't got that permit, but you got that gun, you're gonna be in trouble. So here go the common questions. And shout out to Administrative Services. This is dps.iowa.gov. So this is a government site, just so you guys know, I didn't make this up. When the new law goes into effect, will I need a permit to acquire or carry in order to purchase a handgun from an FFL? No, Effective July 1st, 2021, a permit will no longer be required to purchase handguns in the state of Iowa. It is possible that a FFL may choose to require a permit in order to complete the sale, but it will not be a state requirement. So now I'm gonna say this right here. Let me highlight this. They may choose to require, but it's not a state requirement. So now you black and you go and try to go purchase a gun and you don't have no permit. They may say, hey, we need you to have a permit. You may be another race and you may go and try to purchase a gun and don't have a permit. They might say, huh, you can get it. You have to understand that this is how things go, because the seller has the option to say, yes, I want to see a permit, or no, it's cool. So it's not the state, it's the seller. So however the seller feels about you, they can say they want a permit or not. It's just what it is. When the new law goes into effect, will I need a permit in order to carry a handgun? No. Effectively, July 1st, 2021, a permit to carry will not be required in order to carry handguns in the state of Iowa, as long as the individual is not otherwise prohibited by state or federal law. I'm gonna stop right there. Make myself a little bigger. All-Gale Kingpins. Go to the All-Gale Kingpins channel and watch the episode Otherwise Illegal Activity. This episode is all about how the federal government allows people that normally wouldn't be able to carry a gun to carry a gun because they authorized it. So now that made me small, so I'll go back and show y'all again. What do that say? It says, in order to carry handguns in the state of Iowa, as long as the individual is not otherwise prohibited. Prohibited means you stopped from doing so by state or federal law from carrying or possessing a firearm and abides by all other provisions in the new law. You may still consider a carry permit in order to prevent legal issues associated with a person coming within 1,000 feet of a grounds of a public, parochial, or private school without a state issued permit in violation of that. So now, there's a lot of different private schools around, and it's a lot of school grounds around. So if you walking past that with a gun, you got a permit? No, I ain't got a permit, but I don't need no permit to carry this. No, you need a permit to carry this right here where you walking. Now you locked up. You got to know this stuff. People don't know the laws. That's why I say it gets weird in Iowa. I'm not sure if I'm prohibited from possessing or carrying a firearm due to something in my past. How do I determine if I'm eligible? A person who is unsure if they are eligible to possess a firearm should seek legal advice from an attorney. That's why I say this is not legal advice. You go get your attorney. They may also choose to complete the application process for a permit to acquire or a permit to carry through their local sheriff's office. The issuance of either one of those permits will indicate a person can lawfully possess or carry a firearm in the state of Iowa. Will a private person need to see a permit when selling or transferring a firearm to another private person? No. Private means my cousin right here, right? I bought mine and they gave it to me, right? And my cousin right here, oh man, let me buy it off you. I'm all right, cool. Let me give me $650. All right, give me $650. I hunt your gun. You don't need no permit? No, I don't need to see a permit. They said I can sell it. Do you know how many straw purchases finna happen? That's why I already got this coming up. Y'all look up there. Y'all see what's going on. It's coming up. So now let's go back. If I don't need a permit, I went ahead of myself. Let me kind of bag it up. Will a private person need to see a permit when selling or transferring a firearm to another private person? No. After July 1st, 2021, a person will not be required to see a permit when selling a firearm to another private person. However, a person commits a Class D felony if they transfer a firearm to someone they know or reasonably should know is prohibited from possessing a firearm. If you are unsure of a person's eligibility to possess a firearm, you may choose to require the recipient to produce a state-issued permit prior to any transfer. So if you look good, and I think, oh, no, you look like you ain't did nothing. Yeah, I give you a gun. That's cool. But other than that, you look like you up to something. Let me see a permit. So you see, it's all in the air. It's all up in the air. When the new law changed how I get a permit to acquire or a permit to carry, no. There will be no change in the method by which a person applies for a permit to acquire or a permit to carry. Individuals should contact their local sheriff's office to determine the method which apply for their permit. If I don't need a permit to carry in Iowa, will I be able to carry in another state without a permit? Each state has its own laws regarding the ability to carry weapons in their state. We encourage people to contact the states where they will be traveling and become familiar with that state's respective weapons law. An Iowa permit to carry may suffice in states that currently allow permit reciprocity, which means you can carry it in those states that's reciprocal of Iowa. Can I acquire a handgun if I'm under 21? A person needs to be at least 21 years old in order to acquire a handgun or obtain a non-professional permit to carry weapons in Iowa. There are certain exemptions for a person who is 18, 19, or 20 years old and in possession of a professional permit to carry weapons while working in an occupation that requires the carrying of a firearm. So if they the police, sheriff, anything like that, is they gonna allow them to carry their weapon. They need to carry their weapon in their occupation. But that's the new law. 2 new laws: stand your ground, and you don't need a permit. You 21, you go in there and say, hey, let me go ahead and grab that 40 over there. 40, y'all got switches in here? Y'all got 30s too, but I found I need a 50 shotgun with a switch on there. Y'all got that? Let me get that. Like, oh, okay, yeah. It's crazy. Like when I say crazy, it's crazy, but it's interesting to see the changes and the dynamics of the demographics here and the land change here with the laws. Because we have a lot of, like I told you, they literally brought some people from Ukraine, they brought some people from Afghanistan. So there's a lot of people from other countries in this state, like not just from other big cities around the country, it's people from other countries here as well. So it's literally like very interesting here. So down below, tell me guys, what do you think about this? Like, wow, like they don't need no permit though. And if they do have a permit, they're gonna need a permit, and it's gonna help them just in case they walk past a school that they don't know that's right there, or if they live by a school that they may not know right there. But if you live right there, you should possibly know there's a school right there if you drive around enough. But if you walk into something and you don't have to, you got a permit, you ain't got to do that. But they gonna say if you reasonably. So now, what is reasonably? Reasonably is not a word that they can define in the law. A reasonable person changes per the case and the facts of the case. I'm in law school. Trust me, I know. It changes. So if you think like, no, this person might do be a felon. Like, didn't you go to jail before? What you go to jail for? Oh, no, yeah. No, that's a felon. So now you already know and you're aware that they're a felon. So you shouldn't, get them the gun because you could go to jail, straw purchase. You cannot be doing that stuff. Like it's so many different ways you can end up yourself in jail that it don't make no sense. But this is these 2 things, to stand your ground, and this little permit right here for people to be having easy access to these guns. This is gonna, like I said, the crime in Iowa is gonna go up. Why? Because I got a gun, I can rob, I can shoot, I can steal, I can take life, I can do all this stuff all the time. So it's like, this is why this stuff is going crazy. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking because I got to get to the next video where they talk about how so many people got caught with all these guns. Speaking of guns. So hope you guys learned something in this video. Hope you guys liking the Iowa videos. We have a lot more to cover. This is going to be, I don't know how long I'm going to be doing these videos. I'm probably do these all day because I got 1,000 things I want to show you guys. But like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below, donate to the channel, cop some of the merchandise. Make sure you guys think about copping some of the mercy papers because good information is in there as well. Check out the Audio Kingpin channel, Duffle LO TV channel. Check all the stuff out because I can't put everything in one place, so I kind of spread it out for the certain things that you want to do and that you want to look at. But don't underestimate family, friends, lovers, enemies. Look objectively. No matter what city, state, or country is in, every hood is the same. If nobody told you that they love you today, I'm gonna tell you right now that I love you because that's why I bring you guys this information to make you guys aware so you know what's going on in the world and the craziness that we have to deal with. It is what it is. So hope you guys learned something in the video. So I got to say, next video, we're going to talk about how people get caught with all these guns in Iowa.
This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon Dixon.